Welcome everyone, happy Thursday stream where we have Bitcoin selling off down 1.8% on the day. Just not the greatest price action. I do have some kind of bearish propaganda for you guys, but also bullish hopium. So stay tuned for today's live stream. I would appreciate if you can smash that like button right away. It helps me wonders with the channel. I do have to ask you every time because the YouTube algorithm otherwise would hurt my content if I don't get that reaction from you guys. But anyways, welcome everyone to this Thursday stream. I hope that your week has been going on great. Just one more day before Friday. So just get ready, sit on tight, because we're going to be doing some cooking today on the charts. We have the daily candle closing in 46 more minutes and the 3-day candle also closing today. So we're going to be taking a look at ongoing setups that would have identified live on stream before on the 3-day time frame. So today's going to be an interesting stream. So just make yourself comfortable, and without further ado, let's jump in. So you have Bitcoin here selling off down 1.7% on a daily, catching follow through of yesterday's bearish engulfing candle. So this is not the greatest price action on the daily time frame here, chat, because you can appreciate two things going on. You rejected here the 200 moving average, back tested as resistance, and you're actually spending price action or spending daily time frame below the daily 200 for the longest time since October of 2023, because in here you just spent a couple days here, just a few days, around 7 to 9 days, and now you've been for 10 plus days below the daily 200 moving average. So that's not great, and you did a bearish retest here on this short quiz on August 8th, and you also retested here the hard line from this descending channel as resistance. You did it not once but twice, and you had this bearish engulfing candle yesterday, and now you're confirming with follow through that bearish engulfing candle. So that's bad on the daily time frame. Those are bearish signals, but the line in the sand, in my opinion, on this time frame, on the daily time frame, somewhat of a bullish hopium that I can give you guys is that 57,450 bucks level is holding, and this is a very real level from history. You can see here, this is the daily candle close from this impulse on February 2021. This was the first major sell-off heading into this resistance on 2021 on the first peak at top. You can see how real this inflection point was, and also was regarded as resistance here on this complacency shoulder on May of 2021, and also somewhat regarded both as support and resistance in 2021. So this is a very much real level. You can see also the price regarded it as support on May of this year, and now potentially you're catching a bid here at this 57.5k area. So below this level, you do have somewhat of a significant downside. Your next possible support might be here, the descending channel here, the lower end of this descending channel, which is currently down 7% from here on a down sloping support. And then the next logical horizontal support will be the 52k area, which is even further down, chat. It's down almost 10% to the downside. So it's just not the best, if you ask me. You do have somewhat of a confirmation top here on the daily, but you're holding 57.5 as for now. You sold off today a couple hours ago. You got absorption of the selling, and now you're probably having a daily candle close at around that level in 42 more minutes. So that's on the daily time frame. You know that this time frame is bearish. You do have lower highs and lower lows, lower highs and lower lows. So we're looking for that higher low, chat. It's basically what we're trying to find here in the chat. Maybe a market structure break to the upside. Hopefully get somewhat of a confirmation low. The best would be is that it's found at around here, a clear higher low regarding this low here. But it could even be a lower low again, like just like they did here and what they did here. You know, both of them were lower lows before reversing. But hopefully, if you find a higher low, it'll imply somewhat that the composite operator, the market makers, are buying, and that it could imply that maybe buyers are regaining the control of this asset. But that's just pure speculation, because you just heard me say the latest development on this chart, and as for now, it's bearish, and hopefully you would hold here this ultimate line in the sand at 57.5k. Otherwise, you will be looking at much lower prices at around 53 to 52k. All right, so just not the best on BTC. You're building negative momentum once again here on the MACD histogram. We talked about that the momentum was hopefully going to flip positive here, but sellers stepped in on this valley and they just turned on the selling again. So I don't know. It's impossible to tell for how long they will sell off. Maybe if if they keep selling, you could get somewhat of a bullish divergence, you know, maybe with a lower low in price and a higher low here on the MACD histogram, and you go for a reversal then. But for now, in the daily time frame, the momentum's bearish and sellers are in control. The RSI is at the 41 point level, so still neutral. If you go below 40 points, you'll know that you have entered this the seller's control area, and yeah, just not the best. I want to give you a shout out to the RB Discord. They always tune in for streams, so appreciate you guys' support. Also, the inner circle, all of you guys are G's. And this is the daily, and I want to talk about the 3-day for a little bit, because the 3-day, it's also concerning here, chat. We talked about this setup for just a couple of weeks by now. You did a bullish engulfing on last Friday, I think this 3-day closed. You have not invalidated this bullish engulfing candle, so have that in mind. This is still valid. This is a single candlestick pattern, this bullish engulfing. But if you get a 3-day close below here, below 55.9k, then yeah, I haven't even started doxing people, so don't worry, Tay. One day it'll come. So if you don't get a 3-day close below 56k, basically this bullish engulfing on the 3-day will be still valid. But you do have to have in consideration that you have a bearish edge here on the 3-day time frame, which is this hidden bearish divergence on the MACD histogram, where you have a higher high on the positive momentum and a lower high in price, which implies that buyers tried their best to push this asset higher, but they couldn't. All they did was a pathetic lower high, and they just sold off again. So I was hoping here on last Friday, when this 3-day closed, that you had this weaker negative momentum bar here, just here, that maybe this was just a performance of this hidden bearish divergence, but it wasn't, and you're still building negative momentum, which could imply that this hidden bearish divergence is still valid, and that the market is still in control of the sellers, and that there are better chances, chat, that this asset will trend lower than higher. This is all that this implies. If you did it, if you appreciate, or if you see a chart with a hidden bearish divergence on a 3-day time frame, and you get it confirmed with negative momentum bars, basically what the oscillators are telling you is that there are greater odds of a continuation of the trend, which is bearish, then a bullish reversal at this point. I'm not saying it can't happen. You actually have a bullish engulfing here that's still valid, but chances and probabilities are on the side of a continuation of the trend, which is a downtrend. So that's bad if you ask me. I would have liked to see this negative momentum just get weaker and weaker and flip green, but as for now, you're printing strong negative momo. Actually, the strongest negative momentum on the 3 days since July 14, since basically Trump assassination's attempt, when we had this big impulse and the market rally, mostly because of Trump having higher probabilities of becoming a president. That would have been good for crypto. Now that Trump has been losing momentum on the polls, you can see that he's been down. He's been downtrending. So that's yeah, that's what I wanted to show you guys on the 3-day. The same thing's going on USDT dominance. We'll check it out in a couple more minutes, but this is not great. Like this right here, there's a bigger negative momentum bar coming in when you have this kind of setup here on the MACD. It implies that sellers most likely will continue to push the asset downwards. So we just have to pray, chat. Pray for a miracle. What's good, MMA? Shout out to the Inner Circle Discord for coming up and pulling up the numbers on the views. I was just talking about this hidden bearish divergence here on BTC continuing to play out, and it's a continuation divergence, which implies that they'll probably, I'm not saying for certain because you cannot be sure about nothing, no one knows what's going to happen, but probabilities are for sellers continuing to dominate this market. Maybe we could go put in a confirmation low and then we bounce. Hopefully, I would love if we just go in one candle to 100K from now, you know, from this point, but that's not what the oscillators are implying. The same thing's going on USDT dominance. We're going to check it out because USDT dominance is also bearish. You do have somewhat of a hopium too. I'm gonna propose both scenarios and you guys can make up your own mind. So USDT dominance has a large structure, large accumulation, classic pattern, which is 3 rising valleys here from this first valley, the second one, and the third one on July 21st. And you had a breakout out of this 3 rising valleys classic accumulation pattern on basically this large impulse on August 5th, this Monday, which was a really terrible day for markets. And then you pull back down. I'm gonna draw this breakout line here so you can see clear where's the breakout line. We'll make it, let's see what color. Okay, we'll make it orange so you can see it better. All right. What do you think about the correlation with legacy markets? Today we saw SPX was green while crypto kept dumping. Is crypto front running legacy or what? I don't think crypto's front running legacy. I just think that crypto's weaker right now than legacy. I think legacy is giving you a hint that the market's strong, that we're not going into a recession right away, that it might take longer than people expect. I think that the SPX is going to trend higher, the Nasdaq too, for the very next few months. I just think that crypto might be a little bit weaker here, maybe because of the political uncertainty that's going on. Trump losing ground on the polls. Crypto got really excited about Trump becoming a president after the failed assassination attempt, and also after the Bitcoin conference. So maybe Bitcoin's just losing a little bit of steam because of Trump falling behind on the polls and things like that. You know, I just don't think that the BTC is somewhat leading or I don't know, like front running the legacy markets. That's just my opinion. My bias on legacy markets and TradFi is bullish, 100% on a somewhat of a large time frame, talking from here until the end of the year. But I think that there's, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with crypto for this much weakness. If you see the TradFi, maybe crypto is gonna, I don't know, it's just lagging and it's gonna fall through within the very next few weeks. That would be great. But just you just have weaknesses on crypto that you don't have on TradFi, and the thing is that you have this USDT dominance, classic accumulation, the third valley here, which is on a critical inflection point from the past. You can see here how this 4.8% level has been regarded as resistance a bunch of times. And when you got that definitive breakout, you just had a massive short squeeze and run up into all-time highs on USDT dominance. So this was the third valley. This is a reversal pattern, an accumulation pattern. And you had this breakout here on August 5th, where you had a daily candle close above the breakout line. The breakout line is the higher high regarding this high here. So breakout line is at 5.9%. But after getting that breakout and confirmation of the pattern, actually this pattern gets confirmed when you get this daily candle close above it. You had a throwback, which is what Thomas Bolkowski calls on his book on Encyclopedia of Patterns. When you have a confirmation of the pattern, a breakout, and you come back down below the breakout line here, just like it did on August 8th, that's what he calls a throwback. And he says that on patterns which get a throwback, then performance of the pattern gets hurt, more likely than not. It means that the measure move target for this accumulation pattern, which is really high up here, we'll check it out in a few more minutes, maybe it's not gonna perform as good as it didn't have this throwback. For example, if price managed to stay above here, maybe pull back a little bit and continue to the upside, then it will be way more scary to what's doing right now. But it is still scary, chat, because you did somewhat of a confirmation low here. Hopefully, I wish that you didn't see this impulse again, which makes me a little bit cautious of maybe this pattern being still valid and continuing to the upside. Maybe not going to perform at its fullest, but maybe still being valid. And it will be really scary to have a valid accumulation pattern on USDT dominance, which would mean that the market will be going into stable coins rather than risk on assets. So that would imply continuation of the selling on USDT dominance. Okay, that's the bearish scenario. There's also a bearish edge on the 3-day, but we'll talk about it in a couple more minutes. But on the hopium side of things, on this daily time frame, which is catching follow through out of yesterday's bullish engulfing candle, you're somewhat selling off from the 5.9% level and the 5.8% level, both of them critical inflection points from the past. You can see here this support was tested a lot in 2022, also somewhat regarded in 2023, and now you're leaving somewhat of large absorption into the breakout line of this 3 rising valleys, and also against this resistance and this ascending channel here. You can see that you tapped it once again, and you're not having a strong close in 28 more minutes. That doesn't mean that it can continue to the upside. It's just a little bit of hopium that maybe this was I don't know, a liquidity grab or whatever, just some noise. I don't tend to like price action with a lot of wicks when you're going into range highs like what you're doing here. So that's on the hopium side of things. Going back to the bear kind of things, on the 3-day, you have the opposite on what's going on with BTC. On this case, it's a hidden bullish divergence. It's what you have here on the MACD histogram. You can appreciate here on the negative momentum, you have a lower low, chat. Okay? And if I'm going too fast, let me know, or if you want me to stop at any points. I want to make myself as clear as I can. You have a lower low here on the negative momentum, but a higher low on price. That's a hidden bullish divergences. Hidden divergences are a continuation divergence. Regular divergences are a reversal divergence. For example, if you get a bearish divergence on a top of a range, that would imply that a reversal is likely. If you get a hidden divergence, it means that continuation of the trend is the most likely scenario. In this case, the trend is it's on an uptrend. It's on a bull trend. Ever since you came back down here, you've been doing higher highs and higher lows. So that scenario plus the 3 rising valleys plus continuing to build strong positive momentum here, actually the highest positive momentum since July 11 on USDT dominance, just makes me a little bit worried, Chad. It's all I have to say, and it sucks because I want our box to pump as bad as you guys, and I have to come live here in front of you guys and tell you that the technicals don't look the best. That's not what I want to do. I want to come here, hype the chat, tell you that everything looks green. I do have a really bullish bias on the high time frame, on a 3-month chart, on a 6-month chart, going into end of the year, going into the next year. I'm really bullish. But on lower time frames such as the daily and the 3-day, things are not looking that great, chat. And it sucks because you had here this was a bigger effort by sellers, regarding this effort here. But they couldn't push the asset price lower or not even near, the low from here. So this implies that buyers are still in control of this asset, This is what this means, This means continuation when you get something like this. And it's both on BTC and on USDT dominance on the 3-day chart. And the 3-day chart, guess what, chat? The 3-day time frame, it's a higher probability than the daily. The higher the time frame, the higher the probability the TA plays out. That's what I've learned through the years. So, man, it just sucks. And I'll show you another example of a 3-day time frame being respected, like the Jesus, on a pattern on the MACD histogram as well. And if you're a regular here on stream, you're more likely than not know what I'm talking about. And I'm talking about Bitcoin dominance, which it's having a pretty much a flat day. It's up 1.1% on the day. You had a bearish engulfing candle yesterday that you're not catching any follow through as for now. You're sitting at 56.1%, building negative momentum once again on the MACD histogram. You had, listen to this, chat. You had a 28-day drought on negative momentum on Bitcoin dominance, and you're building strong negative momo here now again. And the best that you can do here on Bitcoin dominance is just chopping. But you're below, once again, 57.2%, which is a really strong inflection point from history here from 2019 and 2020. Big inflection points also from 2017. So I guess it's pretty good for Bitcoin dominance to come back down that range once again. But going back into the 3-day edge that I was talking about, let's take a look at the 3-day here. Going into the MACD histogram, this was a setup that we talked live on stream. I actually did 2 specific videos for this freaking setup, chat. I started talking about this like on July 11, so a month ago. I said, my God, man, we have possible inverse head and shoulders on the MACD histogram on the 3-day chart, which would imply a reversal out of like 3 months plus of chop on Bitcoin dominance. Plus you had the convergence with the same setup here on price action. You did have the inverse head and shoulders also on the chart. So what were we talking about, chat? And as soon as you broke out, look at the impulse that it had. It had quite the run up here. So you can see that 3 days very real. You can see that patterns or divergences on the MACD histogram are also very real. And look at the performance now, chat. Still printing positive momentum. It actually has been printing a positive Momo here for 24 days by now of Bitcoin outperforming altcoins after this reversal pattern got confirmed. Not even after it showed up, because it started showing up out around here. But the good news, possible good news for Bitcoin dominance, is that you're once again losing positive momentum. You just need the momentum to continue to come back down and hopefully flip red again and confirm the end of this reversal pattern. You just need to confirm that this was just a performance out of this reversal pattern here, because this can 100% create a valley and then go into higher positive momentum once again. So you need to come back down and hold the lows and hopefully flip red, and then I'll be comfortable about saying, okay, this whole thing here is done. It looks like a smiley face now. So you need to flip red, chat, and we'll be happy about, like, just like this smiley face here, like a dude, this is a crypto trader, just being happy about the Bitcoin dominance outperformance being done. All right. So that's my rant about 3-day time frame being real. That's my rant about histogram being real. So having that said, I don't like what's going on Bitcoin and on USDT dominance. I hope that it's just the market bluffing, I hope that everything's all right, and that on this time around it'll fail. I hope that this bullish engulfing candle doesn't get invalidated. But man, look at this, chat. You have a setup here. Real setup, confirm and valid. And you're in the middle of expanding, of basically the follow through of the setup. So you need to do that, I don't know how long it's gonna take. Hey Eddie, how's it going? So yeah, that's what I have to say on the 3 days. Still valid, still building negative momentum. USDT dominance, still valid. The hidden bullish divergence, still printing positive Momo, and the highest positive momentum will be confirmed in 19 more minutes, chat, since July 11th. So yeah, not the best, right? Okay, so we talked about Bitcoin, USDT dominance, Bitcoin dominance. It's time to move into Ethereum. Ethereum's down 3.2%. It's being outperformed by BTC like the Jesus, going for a bearish engulfing candle on the 3-day time frame, printing negative momentum once again on the 3-day time frame at the 36-point level on the RSI. So still at the bearish control zone on a very significant time frame on the 3-day. So yeah, chat, I don't know why you want me to say, man. You had here a bullish setup here, a 3 rising methods here. This bullish engulfing here did a 3 rising methods, and look at the performance of that setup, chat. It's just miserable. 3 straight red candles after this bullish engulfing. You're closing about $2,542 though, so that could be somewhat of a bullish hopium, like my friends like to say. Inflection point from the previous cycle here. You can appreciate that reversal point, but it's not enough, man. It's just not enough. And as long as BTC continues to look weak, then Ethereum's not gonna have its own reversal, and it's not gonna decouple from Bitcoin, in my opinion. And the 3-day, we just talked about it. Bearish engulfing candle is just it's the worst. It's the worst that you would like to see after this massive impulse to the downside. Man, you don't even have that hidden bearish divergence here on ETH because the negative momentum has been so strong that you didn't even create positive momentum here in July, which you did on BTC. You just did a valley here. So get wrecked, ETH, I guess. I'm gonna look at ETH BTC. It's down 1.5% on the day. Not having a bearish engulfing candle as for now. Still 16 more minutes to go, chat. So who knows? That could change. You're printing positive momentum on the Mac. Wow, look at this, chat. Look at the positive momentum drop you went through on ETH BTC. You went through a 42 straight days of just negative Momo on ETH BTC, and you just flipped green 2 days ago. And this green bars it's not like they're doing anything spectacular, you know. You just had an impulse and now you've just been consolidating to the right, possibly creating another lower high regarding this high. You're at the 38 point level on the RSI, so you're still in the bearish control zone. So man, I don't know what to tell you, man. And the 3-day on ETH BTC, you do have a bullish engulfing on August 10, losing negative momentum on the histogram, and you're just down 2.6% on this 3-day candle, but you're at the 36 point level on the RSI, so it's deep within the bearish control zone. You can hope for a reversal from here, and maybe you get somewhat of a inverse head and shoulders here or somewhat of a reversal structure, but you don't have it as for now. It's just impulsing to the downside. You will need a higher low, chat. It's that's the thing that I'm talking about on both on Bitcoin, ETH, BTC, whatever. Give me that higher low. Give me a signal for being confident that buyers are stepping in, you know. Or if you cannot give me a higher low, give me an equal low, just a confirmation bottom, but you don't have it for now. So just bad, chat. Look at this. ETH is down 3.33% on the day and counting. Solana is it's outperforming BTC, and Ethereum today is down just 0.5%, but you do have some bad news. You're falling below the 144 level here, this inflection point from the previous cycle. You can see here this top from this complacency shoulder on 2022, very real. Also worked as an inflection point on the 2021 impulse, but you do know what happened below here, chat. The next technical level or logical level is the 122 to 116 backs area here, this inflection point from here, which has been tested like 6 times by now. And if it doesn't hold, the next logical level is $80 for Solana. So although it's outperforming BTC and ETH today, it's losing a critical level that you wouldn't want to be losing as for now. Hopefully you reclaim it on the next couple of days, but it's somewhat of a bittersweet, you know. You're outperforming BTC and ETH, but you're falling below a level, an horizontal inflection point that you wouldn't want to be losing. You're losing negative momentum on the MACD histogram, that's real, and you're at the 43 point level on the RSI, so you're neutral on the oscillators as for now. But man, you do have a lot of stops here at this support, and you know that the more times that you try a support, that you test it, then the bigger chances you have that it might fail. And going into the 3-day here on Solana, it's just, I don't know, not too much of an edge, honestly. You're due printing. Oh man, I'm not sure if I've seen this before. So you do have a hidden bearish divergence here on the 3-day on Sol USD. You have a higher high. It's pretty similar to what BTC has, and the inverse to what USDT dominance has. You have a higher high on the positive momentum and an equal high or a slightly higher high on the price. But if you just count the bodies and the closed bodies here and the candles, then you have an equal high with a positive momentum, which is a hidden bearish divergence. You do have a lower high here and another lower high here regarding this high, which implies that less market participants are in this asset right now. Man, the bearish propaganda is strong today. It's kind of getting to me, Chad, in all honesty. You do know what I think about the really high time frame on Bitcoin. You know I'm bullish, but 3-day and daily just look like hell right now. Looks like a nightmare. Hopefully technicals are not respected and they just I don't know. That I just hope that the TA is bluffing on this time around, chat. Because you do have a hidden bearish divergence here also on Solana. Solana is going for the lowest 3-day candle close since August 1st, which will be confirmed in 10 more minutes. Sol BTCs, take a look at that for sure. So Sol BTC is also losing a critical inflection level here. Oh no, my bad, that's Sol USD. So Sol BTC actually holding that critical inflection level. In contrast to what the USD pair is doing, you're up 1.1%, losing negative momentum on the MACD histogram. You don't have any kind of divergence here. You just have bullish confluence between these two valleys here. On the oscillators, you're at the 47-point level on the RSI, so you're neutral, and you're holding that inflection point from history here. This support from 2021 and January 2022, and you can see here it's been regarded as resistance a bunch of times in the past. And as for now, chat, you're holding as support, going for the highest daily candle close on Sol BTC since August 10. And on the 3-day chart, you have a nice bullish pin bar, which will be confirmed in 9 more minutes. But you're printing the first negative momentum bar since August 5th. I mean, since July 5th, my bad, chat. And you don't have any kind of hidden bearish divergence or divergence at all. You just have bullish confluence because you have a higher high here on the histogram and a higher high in price. So everything's good on that behalf on Sol BTC. Actually, Sol BTC looks better than the USD pair. So make of that as you will. Right now, chat, I'm gonna pull up my favorite chart for this past months. It's been the hardest chart to read and trade. If you're a regular here, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Sol ETH. Okay, so Sol ETH going for a bullish engulfing candle. It's up 2.9% on the day. And you're possibly bouncing out of a critical inflection point here from the past. You can see this 2021 level, very real. It was touched twice, one with an impulse, the other one with a daily candle close. This 5,417 area, which could be being used for the first time, chat, as a support. So that could be somewhat of a good technical development. You're losing negative momentum in the MACD histogram. You're at the 54-point level on the RSI. You don't have any kind of divergence on the oscillators. We talked about this being bad though, just a few streams ago. This deviation above, I don't like deviation above key inflection points or key levels like that one. Maybe they come back tested again, the 57 to 58,000. I mean 57 to 5800 area here on Sol ETH might be tested once again. maybe you do somewhat like that, or maybe you do something like that and hold it and you continue upwards. We'll have to know. All I know is that I'm not the biggest fan of this kind of impulses to this kind of fake breakouts into a critical inflection point from history. I just like to get a retest maybe and hold the level and not come back down into prior to breakout levels. So have that in mind, my fellow traders. On the 3-day, Sol ETH is losing positive momentum, and it's at the 51-point level on the RSI, so it's neutral. You did have a bearish engulfing candle on the previous 3-day close, which is not catching any follow through as for now. You're just I don't know, you're just up 3.3% on this 3-day candle, which is more likely than not that this entire 1-day candle saving the whole 3-day candle today in the last few hours. All right, so that's what I think about Sol ETH. Man, they're really selling off BTC and ETH today. Can we have nice things? You know, we just can't have nice things in crypto land for the past 6 months. Look at this, chat. Positive momentum reappearing here on USDT dominance on the daily. This looks bad. They can obviously just print a few high positive momentum and then roll over, but they could also, chat, print strong positive momentum again. That would imply wreckness. That would imply getting wrecked and USDT dominance potentially filling the wick. Like if this was an S coin, if we were talking about an S coin, I'm sure the whole chat and CT would be screaming, we're going to fill the gap. I mean the wick. We're going to fill this wick. Wick is going to get filled, yada, yada, yada. And I don't like the possibility of filling the wick. That would imply lower 50s to 40s on BTC. It's just sentiments on the ground, man. And look at what the SPX did today. Look at this gap. Actually, the SPX had the highest daily candle close since July 23rd, chat. Just the highest daily candle close before the downtrend, before the meltdown. So be recovered entirely. Are we at 70K, chat? Did we recover from the meltdown? I want to know. BTC is at 57K, not catching any bits. Nasdaq closed the day 2.4%. Highest daily candle close since July 23rd. Building strong positive momentum on the MACD histogram at the 56%, at this 56-point level on the RSI. What are we even talking about? Look at how the Nasdaq has saved the monthly chart. Man, look at this. Look at that bullish pin bar. My God, on the Nasdaq. And you know that I pull up this indicator a lot, this EMA. Look at the support from the red EMA again. You were falling below here. You know that red EMA is basically my bear market to bull market scenario on the Nasdaq on the monthly time frame. If you fall below the red EMA and back test it as resistance, like what happened here, then immediately bear market. 2008, same story. Fell below it, back tested as resistance, bear market. 2001, fell below it, back tested as resistance, bear market. You can fall below it, not get a bearish retest, and come back down up into the red EMA, then everything's fine. In this case, you're probably, you still have 14 more days to go, but on how things are looking, you may not even get a monthly close below the red EMA. Look at the absorption below the red EMA. TradFi is looking strong and as F, chat. Next logical target on price discovery for the Nasdaq is at around 23k points at the upper side of this ascending channel here. And BTC is just, look at, down almost 2% on the day. What are we even talking about? Look at BTC on the monthly. Bearish engulfing candle, falling below the red EMA here. It's just I don't know. I don't know if the composite man is it's playing games with us, or I don't know what's going on. And I'm not even gonna pull up, Bitcoin against the SPX, man. Look at Bitcoin against the SPX on the monthly time frame. Look at how bad this thing looks. Going for a bearish engulfing, and this thing just more likely going to look like something like this. Look at that. That looks horrible, chat. Really bad. All that you can pray is for a higher low regarding this low anywhere. Because if the monthly closes like this in 16 more days, you're effed. Chat, we are effed. I am effed as a streamer, as a trader, as everything. No one's gonna pull up to crypto. If like the timeline is empty right now. No one's here. Crypto Twitter is a ghost town. YouTube views are a ghost town. And we're up here. Imagine, chat, we get here. We get this. Just imagine we get something like that. Well, maybe not for an entire year, but just imagine we do some things like that, like somewhat of a bear market like that. This would be so painful. Maybe SPX trends higher. I don't know. But the coupling is just a hard picture to watch, man. It's really hard to see risk on assets flying, be recovering, well, and crypto doesn't follow suit. I'm not saying it cannot do it later on. I'm just saying it's hard to watch, not to happen, right now. Okay, daily just closed, 3-day just closed, chat. Let's take a look. So BTC closed the day down 1.9%, lowest daily candle close since August 7. Just frustrating, man. ETH almost invalidated this bullish engulfing candle. Lowest daily candle close since August 11, already selling off into the fresh daily, down 0.15%. Solana closed below 144. Man, I just hate to pound the table on bearish variables, It's just because maybe we pump tomorrow, something happens. I'm guessing we need somewhat of a news-driven catalyst. Again, we had the craziest news-driven catalyst with Trump assassination attempt, and I'm guessing is popularity decline, and that's why we just mean reverted to the downside. But I don't know which kind of news is gonna be, but we need something to pull up on crypto. Otherwise, I don't see us trending anytime soon. I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I am. But the variables on the 3-day time frame are there. Just look at this, chat. For how long will the print negative momentum? We need this to roll over immediately. Otherwise, BTC will be going lower. You had your opportunity here on August 7. They didn't take it. So, how high will the negative momentum go? That's just the question. Gets us impulsing onto the downside. Just reading some comments. I'm trying not the bearish variables to get to me, but it's in the chart, and I have a hard time not following the chart, what's implying something like this. And even worse on the USDT dominance. Even worse, chat. With that classic accumulation pattern that's got confirmed. And still maybe USDT dominance is putting the highest low since like January of this year. You know, just the highest low of this reversal of the uptrend. So I don't know, chat. What do you think? What do you think about everything that we talked about? I'm gonna give you some bullish hopium here. Bitcoin against the SPX bounced on this lower trend line of this ascending channel to basically almost a T. Didn't touch it, but got really close to touching it. I wanna see the 3-day here. No, you don't have any kind of hidden bearish divergence here on the MACD histogram, basically because you didn't have any positive momentum on this valley here. It was just negative momentum. You know, you didn't even flip green. If you have flipped green here, then you will have the same setup as the USD pair. My God, chat. My God. I don't think I want to entertain any altcoin setups because I want to focus on majors right now, unless you want me to look at anything. But yeah, it's just pretty auger right now. I think we need to finish the stream on a high note, on a bullish note, after all of this bearish propaganda that I had to lay on you guys today. It's my duty to do it though. If it's in the chart, I'm gonna just tell you guys whether you like it or not, whether you unsubscribe or whatever. I'm just gonna tell you guys what I'm honestly seeing. And having all of that said, chat, I just said like the biggest bearish propaganda I've ever said on stream, maybe. Having all that said, chat, I'm gonna give you my bullish propaganda here. Problem is, it's in a really massive time frame. It's on the 6 month. This candle will close in 4 more months. In 4 months and 16 more days, okay? But I'm gonna remind you guys why I've been a permabull for the past 6 months. And it's because a clear setup from history, okay? It goes back to 2015. Okay, so we had a bear market here from 2014 to 2015, and then you found a bottom, somewhat of a double bottom with a bullish engulfing candle. Bear market from 2022 to late 2022, which ended with a double bottom and a bullish engulfing candle. So same thing happened. Later on, after the bullish engulfing candle, you have 3 white soldiers set up, you know, pattern here, where you have consecutive 3 green candles on a 6 month time frame. Remember this, chat. 6 month is pretty reliable, way more reliable than the daily or the 3-day or the monthly or whatever. It's just as real as it gets. Okay? You had a bullish engulfing candle 2 here and a 3 white soldiers pattern 2. And if that wasn't all, You also have the highest 6-month close to finish off the 3 white soldiers pattern, and the highest 6-month close to finish off the 6-month candle. I mean the 3 white soldiers. And everything happened here on an election year and on a halving year. So I'm expecting for price to pull up on the next I don't know, 10 months, something like this. It's what I'm hoping for. I'm not saying we're going to 400k. I don't know, maybe to 150, 200, who knows? It's 10 months. But I'm expecting some parabolic move on BTC to the upside after having the same setup here. It's just the same. Plus the confluence of the conditions, you know? Maybe you didn't have such harsh conditions on rate cuts and everything. What's good, Thomas? Team Thomas, welcome to the stream. So maybe you didn't have the same liquidity conditions, whatever. You can always cherry pick conditions, but the charts don't lie, data doesn't lie, patterns don't lie, and on a 6-month time frame, I think you are in great shape for getting somewhat of a repeated playbook of what we had on 2016 and 2017 here. This is a massive impulse after 3 white soldiers into the highest 6-month close, 3 white soldiers into the highest 6-month close. Just like Tim said, send it. I'm gonna finish the stream with this. I'm not gonna get the bears get to me. If you missed any of the beginning of the stream on where I check the daily time frame on the 3-day, I recommend you guys go check it out because I think there's valuable information. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate your daily support. Really means a lot to me. Having you guys as regulars means the world to me, and hopefully you smash that like button on the way out. I hope that you have a great night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.